I sang in church, I sang in choir, I sang in glee club in high school and everything. And I loved listening to music. But as far as ever considering being a performer, I had no interest at all. I was going on to be an electronics engineer. And just a series of fateful things where I took a few guitar lessons. I don't even know why. And when I did that, I found out it was easy to play. I formed a band in high school. We were the only guys that played any instruments, very small school. And then we used to go out on weekends and play whatever was top 10, top 20 records just to have fun. I mean, we'd get paid $10 or something for gas money. And at one of those record hops that we were playing at, along came the proverbial fat man with a cigar who said, "Do you want to make a record?" And that's how things started going toward the music business side of it.
And what about your success in the UK? Were you surprised when you started to have hit records over here as well?
I remember being absolutely shocked the first time I ever came over and did promotion, and I went to Birmingham with the very big show of that day called Thank Your Lucky Stars. And I remember there was a kid standing outside the theater who said to me, "Wow, you wrote Today's Teardrops for Roy Orbison." And I was so shocked that anybody knew about the B-side of a record. I mean, that's how well-informed the British public is about music. And I just loved, I mean, Tulsa opened so many doors for me, not just in the UK, but around the whole world. Up to that time, I had only performed in the States. And then I found out that going across borders and running into people with different living patterns and different languages and everything like that, I just loved it and still do today.
24 Hours from Tulsa, 1963. That was your first top 10 hit in the UK. But as you say, you're a songwriter and a performer. Which did you prefer at that time? Did you think you'd be a songwriter or a performer?
I wanted to be not so much a performer. I wanted to be a recording artist. And there was a lot of people that really didn't know when they heard the high-pitched sound that I have, whether that was good or bad. So the songwriting got me in through a side door because I was making demonstration records for the publisher of the songs that I wrote. And what they would do is send out those demo records to all the producers at all the different record companies. So that way they had to listen to me if they wanted to listen to the song itself. And that's kind of like how I got the first recording contract.
And do you remember your first ever performance in the UK?
No, I don't. Somebody asked me that for like a trivia question within the fan club about 2 weeks ago. Somehow what came to mind was a place called Walthamstow. I don't know whether that was it. I don't even know why I thought that. But I guess that used to begin and end the big marathon Arthur House tours. So I think that it might have been one of those.
You've always been popular in this country, and of course, a lot of youngsters will have found your music for the first time when you collaborated with Mark Almond. How did that come about? Strangest
thing in the world. I was on tour in the UK, and my agent called up and said, "Do you want to do a duet with Mark Almond of one of your songs that was a hit in the 60s?" And I didn't know who Mark was at the time. When they told me Soft Cell, I knew from Tainted Love. And I was in the middle of the tour, and I was tired, and it sounded like a real oddball type of a thing to do. And I almost turned it down, but then I said, no, these are the kind of strange things that work for Gene Pitney. You got to try it. So I came in overnight from Bristol. I went in the studio at 11 o'clock in the morning, and I laid down two of my full versions of the song on Mark's track. And then I finished the tour, and I left, and I went home. And in the meantime, Mark came back from the States. He was there on promotion. And he took his full version and my full version, went in with an engineer, and they chopped it up. And I couldn't believe it when I heard it the next time. I mean, it sounded like we were standing next to each other. And we never met until we did the video in Las Vegas in December, like 4 months later.
Did you like what you heard?
Oh, yeah. I love what he did with it. I think he made it much, much more contemporary. I love the way he speeded up the, not so much the tempo of it, but the feel of the whole song. And it's a great song. It's one of the best songs I think I've ever had a chance to record, Roger Cook and Roger Greenaway.